Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time popping in. Today we are going to be doing a walkthrough of the Oracle of Oneness by Robin Voisey. I am so excited to get into this deck. It is a 64 card Oracle deck. I have all the feelings. We're going to go through it card by card and chat about it, and also talk about the mini, which I happen to also have. So I'll be talking about these here in today's video. Before I get into it, if you're new here, hello, my name is Lisa. I am a tarot content creator here on YouTube, but I also am a deck creator. I've made tarot decks as well as an upcoming Oracle deck, and I will have a graphic up on the screen so you can see where to find my work that is currently available. And I'm also an author, so there's a book or two in there too, you know. Anyways, I'm really proud of all my work, but also I wanted to let you all know that I have my own Oracle deck launching on Kickstarter very soon. So keep an eye out. We'll be having a live launch party. If you are interested, make sure you head on over to the Kickstarter page. It will be linked down below. It is the Unicorn's Journey Oracle, and click the button to be notified on launch so that you can stay up to date, and obviously keep an eye out here for the launch, but I'm really excited about that. So keep an eye out. But now, with all that said, let's get into the Oracle of Oneness. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm so excited about this. I am a huge fan of the Tarot of Oneness. I love this deck. This one is a tarot deck. The Tarot of Oneness is a tarot deck that puts you like in first person. So everything you're seeing, it's like that's my hand petting the bear. It's like these are my hands I'm looking down at that are bound. It's a really cool perspective to have a first person perspective tarot. I absolutely love it. I love all the bright, bold colors. It makes me really, really happy. So I was super stoked when Robin announced she was going to be doing a Kickstarter for the Oracle of Oneness, and I backed it immediately. And because Robin's amazing, when she shipped me my Oracle deck that I had backed on Kickstarter, she also sent me the mini, which was super sweet of her. So we will look at this as well. But we're going to be doing a full walkthrough of this deck, and it'll be easiest to show that in the standard version. That being said, I'll give you a quick overview. So the standard comes in a magnetic wraparound style box. It opens like so. So pretty. Really, really nice UV gloss accents on that. And then the mini comes in a little two-piece box, just like her mini tarot did. So same idea, and the mini does include a little physical guidebook. It's a little bit more concise or compact, but it does come in there, which is just incredible. And this is such a fun size for a little mini. This is like roughly, I would say, playing card size, like small playing card size. It's a really nice little size. It would help if I have it in frame, but you know, there you go. So really excited about that. But that gives you an idea of what the mini looks like. And of course I have the mini tarot as well. So they just make a fun little pair. But let's get into, we have a ribbon lift out. Let's get into the Oracle. Look at the inside of the box. Like, look at this art. Like, it's just so pretty. It's so well designed. Oh, so good. Anyway, we'll set that aside. So we have 64 cards here. This is what the backs look like. And compared to the backs of the tarot, which I think I've shown. So this is the backs of the tarot, and this is the backs of the Oracle. So they're very harmonious together. The tarot has a sort of like orangey color on the side, and the Oracle has a really pretty purpley color on the side like that. Really love that. This feels like it is a UV matte coating on the card, so it's matte, but it's not a grippy matte or a velvety feeling matte. It's very much a smooth, you know, slidey kind of matte cardstock, and feels like a basic cardstock. What card is this? Oh, that's card number 64. So the cards are numbered, and then in the guidebook, really, really easy to find them. When you get into the guidebook, you do get a piece of the art with an affirmation over top of that. And then on the right hand side, you have the message from the Oracle card and a full write-up. And there's a little note at the bottom that says, "Where is the light?" which sounds a little bit like, "Where's the energy?" Let's take a look at the intro to this and see what jumps out at me, actually. That's really interesting. Okay, so we'll take a look at the guidebook together first. So we have our table of contents, which lists out every single card and its page number, which is admirable. There's an intro, Welcome to the Oracle of Oneness. I created this deck to provide light-filled insights into what might be casting a shadow on your heart or leaving you feeling disconnected from those around you. While each of us follows a unique journey, we are deeply interconnected in profound ways. Our lives are rich with emotional experiences, synchronicities, and countless reminders of our oneness. This deck guides you toward deeper connections with those around you and a renewed appreciation for our diversity. It also touches on some harder truths, but with a gentle approach. My hope is that it brings awareness to limiting thoughts while offering new perspectives. Above all, it's here to remind you that you are not alone. As with all my decks, please remember that this is a tool to deepen understanding of our shared experiences, not a replacement for professional advice. If any of the topics resonate deeply, consider speaking with a therapist or counselor who can support you in exploring these concepts further. Love that. It talks about the deck provides positive insights and affirmations without slipping into toxic positivity, recognizing that simply staying positive isn't always the answer. It invites reflection on concepts like black and white thinking, limiting beliefs, walking on eggshells, and living on autopilot, revealing what might be blocking our sense of connection with others. It also explores reconnecting with your inner child, embracing innocence, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. This deck encourages breaking down energetic walls that prevent you from sharing your brilliance. Are you blocking your own success? Are you seeing life through filters that obscure the magic around you or that hide your light? Like the Tarot of Oneness, this deck combines human, animal, and other natural energies. Goes on from there. You may have noticed that the logo for the Oracle of Oneness incorporates a shape known as a Merkaba, sometimes spelled Merkaba with an H. This Hebrew word means chariot or vehicle and is also defined as light spirit body. Composed of two interconnected or intersecting tetrahedrons that spin in the opposite directions, the Merkaba is an energy field that you can activate through meditation and specific breathing techniques. It is where your subtle body merges with universal energy. Kind of goes on from there. So that's kind of cool. And then we have the card entries here. So we'll have an affirmation and then a full write-up. So it looks like the text is really close to the gutter there on some of these, but it looks like that's only an issue here in the first couple pages. Like you can definitely get in there and see. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue on some of the entries, but it's not, I mean, it's not going to be a big deal. You'll be able to read, you'll get the premise of what's being said. So the first few, and then it opens up after that. So little things like that are really easy to miss when you're putting this all together, because it just matters like how thick this gets in this spot. And sometimes you've designed it according to the printer, but there's been a little bit of a shift when they printed it and put it all together that kind of tucks it in there. So that could have been what happened there too, because most of these seem fine. They're a little close, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so that's what we have for the guidebook, but I feel like this is a deck that's going to function really well when you just work with the cards, like what they say on them. So let me zoom us in just a little bit further so we can really see that. Oh, okay, so we begin with You Are Loved, and we have these two swans here. Actually, okay, I said I was going to just work with the cards, but now I'm super curious if the animals are mentioned and discussed. I don't think I really need it. Oh yeah, here we go. According to Gaelic and Irish tales, swans are messengers reminding us of the love that already exists within each of us. Notice that one swan appears translucent as if made of light. Love is ever present, flowing infinitely around you. Okay, so there is going to be a reference to whatever the animal, I suspect, that whatever animal or creature is on the card. And we'll do another sample pull at the end just to kind of confirm that. But here we have You Are Loved, which is just a beautiful message. I love that. I really appreciate this one. There's beauty in our flaws. And we have this like statue, this like angel statue that has been kind of worn and cracked and has moss. And there's this light shining through, and you get this idea of like honoring the things that make us different, even when we perceive those things as flaws, is still part of what makes us beautiful. I love that. This is an eye, and we have this lion. The courage of a lion exists within you. I love that. Free yourself from beliefs that hold you back. So we have a lot of layers of visuals here that I really like. We have the chains and the lock. We have the key with light showing up around the key. And I think in this deck, it is intended that you look for the light and kind of hone in on it intentionally, like where is the light in the image, as part of like what you can do to sort of search for more meaning. And so here, the light is right at that key spot, and also right up here by the head of this beautiful butterfly. And butterflies, of course, are transition and transformation and the idea of evolution. So there's a lot there that you can dig into visually along with that really beautiful message. I like that instead of a single keyword here, she's gone with like a phrase, which is really potent, and she's moving it around. So you don't have these like obnoxious like big borders or anything like that. You have the words showing up just wherever it makes sense on each individual card. And I really like that. So here we have savor each moment. And again, the light is right here, that moment of the bird either alighting or taking off from the finger. Love that. You are the weaver crafting your own journey. And it looks like she made the decision here to not have the spider visible on the spider web. I'm curious what she says in the card. That's actually pretty nice because it's like you get to appreciate the beauty of the web without those of us who are more arachnophobic aren't going to be as like triggered by that. Yeah, the birch trees in this card symbolize growth and new beginnings. There isn't a specific, yeah, like the spider, we witness the web we've spun with patience, creativity, and passion. If the web is destroyed, we weave a new one, demonstrating our resilience. Spiders remind us that everything we do and experience weaves the pattern of our future. But it's almost like this light here is meant to represent, maybe, that's what I'm seeing it as. It's almost like this ball of light here is meant to represent the spider, or maybe one of these other lights could represent the spider. I love that the lights are just everywhere. I think the light in this deck is really special. Your significance is beyond measure. I like that this is a crowd of people. When we sometimes feel like we're a little bit lost, like we don't stand out, like there's nothing special about us that helps us stand out. I think this deck offers some real powerful messages so far. Release the grip of anger. Interesting. I want to see what this says because it's like one hand holding another hand here, I think. This is card number 8. It's almost like you're holding on to, like, it looks like this person's almost like these two hands are squeezing a metal ball. It almost looks like. I'm just looking to see if there's a reference. There's a Buddha quote in here. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Buddha. Man, this is potent. I'm really liking this. Setting healthy boundaries fosters self-respect. And the light is actually in the line being drawn. Like, how gorgeous. The reflection of the gold. That is beautiful. I love this. I really love this. Trust the process. Oh, I think I'm going to be using this deck along with the Tarot of Oneness in my monthly member readings this month. So I really am going to get a chance to put it through its paces. And I'm really excited to do that. Being vulnerable shows true strength. How funny, because I actually I have a creature swimming among sharks for vulnerability in my own Oracle deck. So that's kind of a cool tie-in. Overthinking triggers the monkey mind. And the light is up here in the mind. Yes. Nourish and care for your body mindfully. So we see all these sparkly fruits and greens and nuts. Some almonds there. Just self-care in a really material, physical way. Create light-filled ripples wherever you go. I think this is an awareness of impact, right? Being aware that like how we treat somebody is going to impact out. It's going to radiate out. And so even something as simple as like being kind to somebody at the grocery store or at the gas station, it can make all the difference. Make your own emotions a priority. Eggshells and bare feet. That's a very potent image, right? You don't have to walk there. That's very cool. I love that. Mother Tree energy encourages growth and unity. It's almost like there's an eye in the tree, but I don't know if that's just me seeing that in there, but that's a beautiful card. I love the angle of looking up this tall tree. See, and this is where that first person perspective comes in, right? Here you're looking up the tree. Here you're looking down at your own feet as you go down a slide, like you are this little kid. Reconnect to childlike wonder and joy. Like how absolutely immersive and evocative is that image. I love that. Oh my God. Damned emotions may eventually burst forth, and you are this beaver looking into the reflection of the water. How freaking cool is that? Okay, this makes me wonder, did I miss other first-person perspective cards here? Okay, these, yeah, we could be looking at this. But this doesn't look as first person unless we were like really up close to somebody's eyeball. So these don't look as first person. This one does. I'm just trying to see. This one does, like we're in that sea of people. This could be us looking at our own hands, us painting the boundary. So most of these are first person. This is less so. This is less so. So there's a few that aren't fully in that first person perspective. That is. But this is only you're the beaver, which I think is just amazing. Damned emotions may eventually burst forth. Some real gentle and lovely call outs here. I love this statement. Energy flows where your attention goes. I love this because it's so true. Like if you're looking for good, you will find it. If you're looking for bad, you will find it. I really believe that. Seek guidance for clarity and new perspectives. Oh gosh, this is so beautiful with the lighthouse. To me, this is very much a reach out for help kind of card, like in some fashion. Clear communication nurtures respect and understanding. And we have these whales. I love that with the echolocation. Oh, this. Prioritize yourself with much deserved self-care. Oh, gosh. Rise from the muck. I love this so much. That lotus is a very powerful symbol for me in my life, and this is why. And I love this so much. Sometimes we blend in and sometimes we stand out. Yes. I love this rainbow zebra. Seek unity of body, mind, and spirit. I think that's a great message to work with. Gratitude opens your heart to love and abundance. So instead of this being first person, this looks like it's third person, and we're seeing somebody clasp their hands over their heart, and there's like just light radiating it out from beneath their hands. I think that's really beautiful. Forgiveness offers profound emotional and physical benefits. And this looks like a field of, these are tulips, right? I think, question mark. Find a rainbow of possibilities in every storm. This is very much a looking for the silver lining, but it's less toxic positivity that way, because it's kind of like look for or mine for what can give you hope after or through a difficult situation. It's not just like what is the positive side of the situation, because sometimes there isn't one. It's more like, how do you find hope through this situation? And rainbow of possibilities to me speaks to hope. In releasing old patterns, we find new freedom. Breaking that cycle, getting out of this mold, this repeating thing over and over and over again. We're just flipping that hourglass back and forth, back and forth. And here we see the sands and like these like birds within the sands kind of breaking free and flying out of there. That's really cool. Autopilot keeps us from fully experiencing life. Yes, this awareness that like we're here, but we're missing that. This literally looks like a road in Seattle to me. Your love knows no limits. Limitless love. I like that this is all sparkled over, so you could imagine that being a picture of somebody or somebody precious to you. Could even be like a fur baby. Love that. Let innocence fill your heart. Amplify healthy connections and release harmful ones. This is really interesting because you see these like energetic connections between you and other people, and they're all like sort of these silhouettes in the background, and you can imagine the strengthening of these positive golden light cords and like releasing these shadowy connections. Oh, that's so cool. Nature offers profound healing. We have some fiddleheads, a echinacea mushroom, some ginger. I don't know what everything is here. I think those are violets, I think. Love that. More mushrooms. That's so cool. Expanding the mind enriches the soul. Yes, agree. Grieving is a natural and essential part of healing. Gosh, so beautiful. Black and white thinking can cloud judgment. This is such a potent image. Rose-colored glasses can distort the truth. Oh my God, I love that this is in here. That's amazing. The Page of Cups for me feels very rose-colored glasses-y. Are you getting in your own way? Shooting yourself in the foot. Like it's such a powerful image. Like you're literally aiming an arrow at your own foot. This is self-sabotage, but it's illustrated so powerfully and effectively. Putting on a mask conceals your true self. Wow. In what way are we performing for others? Are we trying to live up to somebody else's expectation of who we are, what we're supposed to be, look like, how we're supposed to behave? Here, life is a reflection of your inner landscape. God, I really love these messages. I think they're really profound. Here we have, you are not alone. This is a very isolating scene, very gray toned in the center here with this shadow on like a dock or a pier. And then there's this rainbow of light surrounding you. Like you are not alone. You are held and contained and supported. Let go of control and welcome transformation. That's a fabulous image. Channel emotions through creative self-expression. Something I'm still learning about myself, I was just talking to one of my besties about that this morning, actually, is that I often don't think of myself as creative, which probably sounds strange to those of you who followed my work for a long time, because I write and I create decks and I do all this stuff, but like, and I make videos and There's all these things I do that I know, like logically in my brain, I know that those are creative things, but I always think of creativity in a very specific way. Things like this, like making visual art that is like visceral and messy and like gritty and whatever. I have this, like, I think that I have this kind of like fantasy image of what creativity looks like. And so I assume that if mine doesn't look like that, that it's no longer creative. And I'm constantly bringing this up with my friends, I feel like, or having this conversation and like being reminded that like, no, creativity can look like all kinds of things. And so when you see an image like this with a message like this, just remind yourself that creative self-expression can look any number of ways. Like for me, it looks very much like planning and then creating frameworks and structure. And then from within those contained spaces, then I can kind of like create new ideas, be innovative, be creative. But I have to like create containment or structure first, and then I can do that. It's really interesting. Anyway, pack energy is about belonging and inclusion. Love that. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. I love the footprints in the sand image here. So beautiful. Venture beyond the familiar. I love this like stargazing aspect of like looking beyond your known, like expand your horizons. The world is full of wonders waiting for you to notice. This is so perfect because we're in a field of horses and there's a unicorn in the back. And it's like clear. It's like sometimes the magic is right there and we're missing it. We're missing it. Acknowledge shadows with kindness. I love the spiral staircase. This to me is a really potent image to have here because a lot of times when we're doing difficult personal growth work, when we're facing things about ourselves that we don't like or that we're working on, like bad habits or negative qualities, shadow work is so much, I shouldn't say easier. Shadow work hits different and feels different when you're working on neutral or positive things that are lurking, that are kind of like hidden away in the shadows. Then it's about learning to take up space and bring those things out into the light and have them be okay and be safe, etc. But when you're dealing with negative shadows or things that are harmful behaviors or unhealthy behaviors for yourself in your life, it can really affect your self-esteem, your sense of self-worth. You can feel really broken. And something that I constantly have to remind myself of is that what feels like to me, where I will have a moment like I'll engage in a behavior that I know is unhelpful or not great in my relationships or whatever, and I'll observe that and I'll go, wow, I suck. Like it's really easy to get into this like kind of shame spiral about it in a way. And one thing I've been learning is that when I see that, to recognize that I'm not just back to square one, which is usually what it feels like. Instead, I'm revisiting the same pattern, yes, but I'm doing it from a different perspective. And each time it is different. And each time I'm further from that sort of source of it. And I don't know if any of that makes sense, but that's what I see in this image. And I think it's pretty powerful. Love that. Soul connections come and go in perfect timing. This is really powerful because it also reminds us that we can have intensely powerful, meaningful relationships. And just because a relationship is not forever, whether that's a friendship or a romantic relationship, it does not mean that it wasn't a soul connection. It doesn't mean that it wasn't a really important connection for you, that it wasn't meaningful, that it didn't matter. And I think sometimes we have this habit of when a connection or a bond with somebody is no more, that devalues it, that it never had value. And I don't think that's true. I think that two things can exist at the same time. I think a relationship or a connection can have value. It can also reach its natural end, whether that's in an unpleasant way or in a more calm way. And I think either way, you can still honor those connections. Be gentle with yourself. Oh, like you're holding a little baby fawn in your hands. Oh my goodness. Choose compassion over guilt, shame, or judgment, and that also includes for yourself. Oof, that finger pointing. Shift your perspective. It's so funny as I look at this when I'm getting ready to launch my own Oracle deck, and I'm thinking about all of the themes that are so cohesive and harmonious with my own deck with this. It just makes me really happy. It kind of almost literally makes me want to pair them, but I don't have a physical copy of my Oracle yet. Hopefully soon. But once I have one in my hand, I would love to see it next to this. Now I've got to remember that, but we'll see. This one says spiritual guides provide divine insight and support. Love that. I love that it's left somewhat ambiguous. It's beautiful. Focus on facts instead of mind reading. Yes. Lean into the concrete. That can be really great, especially if you're feeling anxious. Your thoughts have power. I love this image. This is like the synapses firing in your brain. I love that. That's so cool. Together in oneness, enriched by diversity. I freaking love that image so much. Feeling powerless can spark a desire for change. Yep. Sometimes when we feel stuck, we realize we need to get ourselves the heck out of that situation. Joy deserves a spot on your schedule. Oh my God. Boy, so many messages in this deck I literally need to hear. Like, I need these. Under the moon's glow, we retreat, reflect, and recharge. That's a moonflower, and it's just beautiful. Your heart knows the direction. This reminds me of advice I give a lot in readings about like reconnecting with your why. A lot of times cards will come up that will point towards that advice. And this is so clear for that. It's like, especially, I said that, and it's so funny. I just noticed that the compass points are actually heart symbols. It's not north, south, east, west. It's just heart, heart, heart. Oh my God, that makes me so happy. Okay. Notice what drains your energy. And it's a drain. Robin's use of light in her art just makes me so happy. One step at a time. I love that. And some walls are meant to be broken. Look at the sunflowers on the other side. Yes. Oh gosh. So freaking good. Okay. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. I'm going to zoom this out a bit so I can shuffle and stuff. Obviously, we need to shuffle this, and then we need to put the Tarot of Oneness beside it. Of course we do. Wow, that is really beautiful. Oh, all right, let's just do this. Oh, prioritize yourself with self-care. Much deserved self-care. Okay, let's just see. We know it's going to pair beautifully, obviously, but I'd like to see what they look like. Oh, let me move my candles out of the way a little bit. Okay, there we go. Here we have synchronicity on one side and action of wands on the other. You are the weaver crafting your own journey. And on one side, we have the spirit of swords. This is the queen energy. And then on this side, we have the six of wands. So this idea of like, this is so interesting because here it's almost like, yeah, we're getting all this external recognition, but kind of at what cost? And here we've kind of like, we've got a high view. We can see the big picture. And it's like a reminder that like we get to decide what our life's going to look like. We don't have to fit anybody else's mold. Here we have the devil on one side and the ace of cups on the other. Venture beyond the familiar. And it's pointing us this direction, which I think is really cool. You can definitely pull some directionality into this. The inspiration of swords, this is going to be the page, if I remember correctly, and then the embodiment of pentacles, which is the king. So we have the page of swords and the king of pentacles. And in the middle, we have, are you getting in your own way? How are we blocking ourselves from getting from here to here, which is so interesting. Okay. Then we have autopilot keeps us from fully experiencing life. And then we have inspiration of pentacles. There's our page of pentacles energy and literally oneness here. Oh, your thoughts have power in between the action of pentacles and the spirit of pentacles. Oh, I love this so much. Present moment, nourishment, and the chariot. Two of swords. I love this two of swords. Create light-filled ripples wherever you go. And the 10 of wands. This is so interesting. You get to choose. You don't have to stay locked up. Don't be like, if you're dragging the boulder up the hill, consider how you can like let some of this heaviness and oppression go so you can create more light behind you. Here's another spiral staircase. I love that. Higher self. Oh, look at this. We're cutting the cords to things that no longer serve you, like embracing unity and oneness and your higher self. Oh my gosh. Some walls are meant to be broken. Six of Pentacles. I mean, this is just, it's so perfect. It's so perfect. I love these. I love these so much. These are ride or die decks for me already. Well, the tarot already is ride or die, but this Oracle, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin. I'm so enchanted by it. I think it's really, really well done. We're going to do another sample pull. Let me put the tarot away. We see that it pairs. We know it was going to pair beautifully, but I still had to play because I wanted to. So I'm going to have to find a lavender batik bag like this that I can pair these two together because they're going to live together forever and ever and ever. I love these so much. It's really nice to have an Oracle pairing for one of my favorite decks. I can't wait between this one and having an Oracle. Oh, I said I was going to pull a card. Between this one and having an Oracle pairing for my own deck, finally I'm going to have like, oh, it just makes me so happy. Okay. All right, let me pull a card so we can read a full guidebook entry. Okay, so let's look at this as like a message for the collective. What can we all benefit from focusing on right now? Reminding ourselves that we are loved. Okay, let's take a look at that entry in the guidebook. I think I started to read this one actually earlier, but let's do it again. Okay, so the affirmation is, I am deeply loved exactly as I am. I share my love with courage and authenticity. I am deserving of love, compassion, and kindness. I am lovable. Here's what the message says. You are loved. Every part of you, inside and out, backward and forward, upside down and right side up. Life and the people around us can sometimes make us feel unloved or even worse, unlovable. But I promise you that's not true. You are loved by those currently present in your life, those who have passed, and by your angels, ancestors, and guides. Imagine yourself as they see you, wrapped in brilliant, loving light. They cherish you and want you to know they're always with you. Drawing this card brings a beautiful message, one you might need to hear. If you've been feeling down, lonely, or simply in need of a lift, these graceful swans remind you that love is always around you, unwavering and complete. Whether through simple acts of kindness, listening without judgment, or offering words of encouragement, expressing love brings warmth and positivity to your relationships. Letting others know you love them helps them feel seen, valued, and supported. The love this card offers carries the gentle elegance of a swan on a still lake. These stunning creatures exude wisdom, gliding with elegance and balance. Known to mate for life, swans symbolize fidelity. Perhaps a new relationship will gracefully flow into your life soon. According to Gaelic and Irish tales, swans are messengers reminding us of the love that already exists within each of us. Notice that one swan appears translucent as if made of light. Love is ever present, flowing infinitely around you. And then it says, where is the light? It's everywhere. Glowing hearts float around, light bounces off the surface of the water, and the swans are made of pure love and light. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I don't know if there's anything in the back after. There's a bio, information about Robin, and inspiration. I've spent many years researching all topics that are presented in the Oracle of Oneness. The following websites have been a fantastic source of knowledge and clarity for me. Check them out to learn more. And there's everything from, okay, so we've got Aesthetics of Joy, Am I Hungry, Autism.org, BBC, Better Up, Calm, Compassionate Wisdom, Daily Ohm. There's a whole bunch here. Very Wellness, World Animal Protection.ca. There's a whole bunch of resources there. That's kind of cool. Love that. Beautiful, beautiful deck. So excited about this. I'll just put that You Are Loved card back there. Like I said, I will be reporting back on this deck because I do plan to use it this month in member readings and possibly in my own personal readings. So I will keep you all posted, obviously, as to how that works. Quick little peek so you can see how the minis look together because look how cute. I mean, we have to, right? So, same as before, I'm going to end up putting the book on the bottom because I don't end up using the guidebook for these types of decks very often, but let's just give this, oh, let's see how the mini shuffles. I haven't actually done that yet. Okay, so let's shuffle up the mini. Oh, this one's easier to shuffle than this one. This one doesn't riffle very well because it's just too much of a brick. It's like not the right shape to allow much bend. This one, though, shuffles just fine. So let's give this a little shuffle and then we'll flip it right side up. Such a great size, actually. It's a really great sized mini oracle. The text on the cards is perfectly readable. Let's grab the tarot. Okay. Put this to either side so we can get the same vibe. Oh my God, I love these. Okay. Oh my gosh, we have the Nine of Cups right there. Like, just look at it. Like, it's so great. Looks so good. We got that one before when we were doing the bigger one. That card's upside down. There's that Spirit of Pentacles. Oh, look at all the feet. How interesting. Looking at your feet in the Fool, looking at your feet in the Seven of Cups, and then make your own emotions a priority. How freaking cool is that? Do I need the minis and the full size? No. Am I probably going to keep them anyways? Yes. All right. Well, that makes me really happy. These minis are freaking adorable. Love them. And I do like having minis for like when I'm doing things on camera. I need to show like a lot of cards. So that part's really great. All right, well, this is going to end this video. Thank you for hanging out with me. As always, extra big thank you goes out to my Unicorn fam channel members. Thank you so much for your support of my work and my channel. It really, really helps me do so many things for this community and also for the projects that I like to put out in the world. I appreciate you so much. Don't forget, y'all, to check out the Unicorn's Journey Oracle Kickstarter. I will, again, have that linked down below so you can check that out. I will, of course, have links to the Oracle of Oneness and the Tarot of Oneness down below for you to check out. You can get them both on Robin's Etsy shop. That's where I have purchased her things before, so I suspect that's the best spot. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and hit subscribe if you want to see my videos in your feed. Of course, do feel free to leave a comment down below if you have something you'd like to share about this deck. I would really appreciate hearing from you. And until next time, y'all, may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye!